Hi, everyone. I hope you guys are having a great day. We are doing one card pools. So, what that means is you can ask any question today. It doesn't have to be yes, no, unless you want it to be. And I will pull a card for you and we'll see. We'll see what it says. Give me 1 second, guys. This is a phone call I've been waiting on. I'm so sorry. Hold on. I will get everyone's questions. I'll get everyone's questions. Hey guys, sorry about that. I did see some donations coming in, so I wanted to let you know that I will update the donation list when I get a second. As far as free questions, I have Holly, and I have Angelic, and I have Daisha, I have Zazu, Manor, hey Hood Mystic, hey Breezy, welcome in. Free questions. I also have Breezy. Kay donated. Let me see. Kay donated, she said, on Cash App. Okay, I have Shantae Vinay's donation, Kay. I haven't seen yours come through yet, but I will double check for you as soon as I get a second. Ashley, thank you for liking. You said at 7:27. Let me see. I have Menor's question for free. Shantae Vinay's question for free. Kay, yes, girl, I did get it. Kay, yes. Kay, yes, I have it. I'm so sorry. They didn't send me a text notification. Okay, so Kay is next after Holly, and then after Holly, I have Shantae Vinay. So we have 3 people on the donation list. Momo, I have you for a free question. Kay, I have you for a free question. Hey Marta, I'm doing well. Hood Mystic, I have you down for a free question. Marta, I have you down for a free question. Linda, I have you down for a free question. Hey Saj, welcome in. Princess, I've got you. Fabi, I've got you. K, yes, I have it. And Amira, whoops, don't mean to put that on the screen. Amira, I have you for a free question. And Sag Girl, I have you for a free question. Okay, so I called everybody that I'm doing free questions for. I am going to go ahead and close the list now, so that way I can get started, because I have like 20 people to read for. So free list is closed. We're going to move on to these questions really quickly. We are going to start with Holly, because I think by the time I'm done with this, I'll be at 15 minutes. All right, so Holly says, will I get a bonus from FD? Show me a yes or no. Page of Pentacles. I am seeing, Holly, some extra money here for you, an extra financial opportunity. It said good news in earthly matters. So I do feel like this is a yes. Angelic Nymph. I have not looked at the chat yet, guys, in the last minute or two. I'm trying to get through these free questions first. Angelic Nymph, I'm so sorry. I have a no. I have 3 of Swords for you. Daisha, I have a yes. 4 of Wands. Zazu, your question's funny. Zazu, let's see. Are they leaving anytime soon? I have the 3 of Cups, so I feel like you'll have something to celebrate. I feel like that's a yes. Manor. I see some people are talking in my chat. If you're thanking me for the question, you're very welcome. But I have not read the chat here. The last 9 comments I haven't seen. Manor, I have a yes. 10 of Cups. Happiness, long-time relationships. Breezy. Thank you guys for liking the live stream. If you haven't already and you're on your way out, please hit that like. Breezy, I am getting a yes, either April or it could be sooner. It could be maybe like Monday or something, but I am getting a yes, the Empress. Oops, didn't mean to post that. Let's see. All right, Manor. Manor, I have a 9 of Swords. Fear, anxiety, terror, negativity, stress, overwhelm, breaking point. So I feel like this person's feeling quite a bit of pressure maybe right now from this. Shantae Vinay, I have a yes. Ace of Pentacles. New beginnings. Momo. I am getting a yes. King of Pentacles. Okay, Banks. I have Queen of Swords. So this is a yes. I feel like he might be looking at you as someone who is very defensive right now, or potentially keeping him at a distance. Hood Mystic, he is being genuine and honest about the gifts. I am getting a yes. Justice. This is the card of truth and honesty. All right, let me catch up with the chat really quickly. Christy says, want to let you know you gave me a reading the other day about a job I interviewed for. Everything you said, and everything you said's coming true. I'm being flown out next week to discuss salary and hopefully sign a contract for a job. Christy, I'm so happy for you. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Thank you so much for coming back in with that update. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. I hope it all works out. You're welcome, Daisha. You're welcome, Zazu. They have to go. Noise is killing me. Breezy, you're welcome. Hey, Ray. Holly, I have your questions for your donation. Shantae Vinay, you're welcome. I did post that the list was closed about 6 minutes ago, guys. So anyone who is posting after that, I'm sorry to say, but the free list is no longer open. Marta says, is Sal thinking of me at this moment, missing me? Yes, you also have the Justice card, Marta. So I feel like that's genuine feelings about this. Linda. Linda, I think you might. The thing about your question is that when it comes to those, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you can win a portion of the money, but maybe not be the like 100% recipient. So I am getting a yes, 2 of Cups, but it might just be you win a portion of the money, not everything in full. Sorry guys, my My allergies are kicking in. Okay, princess. Princess. You got some things to think about, okay? We have the hermit. So I feel like this is a no right now. This is indicating that you need to set a plan. Hermit is Virgo energy. Virgos are very organized, very structured. They're very clear about what it is that they want. So if you haven't already, start making a plan. Set your goals. And then for each of those goals, start making a plan. Do you want a house? Well, make sure your credit is good. If your credit isn't good, make sure that you are working towards that and taking active steps towards it. Do you want to, go on a vacation, go on a trip, but you're not making extra money right now? Maybe you should look for a side hustle to put extra savings away. Like, essentially, make that plan for those goals that you want, and then you can probably revisit that question. Fabi, I have a yes. I have the 10 of Cups. You will be more in alignment in April with R. Amira. What did the dream mean? What did the dream mean? 9 of Pentacles. So, 9 of Pentacles talks about, I can interpret this 2 different ways. So you'll have to let me know what resonates with you, or maybe both messages will resonate with you. The first thing is independence. So you could be questioning whether or not you want to be in a relationship, or whether you're wanting to remain single, or maybe that this person wanted independence from you and wanted to remain single, and that's affecting you and getting into your subconscious. If you have not been thinking about this person at all, and this person's coming to you in a dream, then I personally feel it means this person's thinking about you a lot more. And then the second interpretation of this is that 9 of Pentacles talks about culmination. It talks about feeling like something you worked really hard for or put a lot of effort into is finally paying off. So it can speak to your desire for something with this person after a long time of not really getting what you want out of it. All right, last person on my free list. Sag girl, I have a yes, Knight of Wands. I feel like this person's going to come in pretty quickly, but they may not have serious intentions. All right. We're working on Holly now. Holly is a donation. I have to update the list so everyone knows where they are. You're welcome, Christy. That's so great. That's so great for you. I'm so happy. You're welcome, Marta. I don't even remember what your question was, Marta, but you're very welcome. All right, let me keep scrolling. I'm just trying to catch up with the chat really quickly. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Definitely felt like Destiny faded. That is so awesome. Congrats. You guys are so sweet in the chat. Thank you for congratulating her. SB donated. You're welcome, Amira. I'm gonna Holly, since you posted your question again, I'm just gonna put on the screen the most recent one that you posted. All right, it looks like my phone is not going to give me notifications tonight of people who are donating. So I do appreciate that you guys are telling me in the chat when you donated, because clearly something's going on. All right, first we have Holly, then we have Kay, then we have Shantae Vinay. Am I spelling that right? Close. Okay. And then I believe I have SB after that, but let me just do a quick double check because I want to. It's okay, Holly, no worries. When I work at a StreamYard, I don't realize, like, if you retract a message from the YouTube chat, it doesn't retract it from StreamYard, it still shows up. So when you guys delete your messages, I don't ever realize that you're doing that. So I apologize because that's probably very confusing. Let's see. Okay, yep, that should be everyone. If you donated, let me know and I will confirm and add you to the list. We are gonna start with Holly. So Holly donated for a BOGO, and she says, I spent my entire week with Alonzo. Where do you see our relationship heading from here? All right, let's take a look. All right, it looks like that donation. Oh no, that was not a new one. That was Michaela. I don't know if you heard that or not, Kay, but that was your donation that they were finally notifying me about. Okay, where do you see the relationship heading from here? So you know the expression, Holly, slow and steady wins the race? I feel like that's what I'm getting for you. Here's the thing, Holly. You guys can burn bright and fast. And it can destroy you, or you can take your time with it and really build something special. There's a quote that I wrote, because I write poetry, and it says, I'm trying to remember, I wrote it years ago. It was like, I want a passion, the degree just before fire. Or I want to love the degree just before fire, passionately fueled, but never enough to create ashes of what we once were. Something along those lines. Like, I want to love the degree just before fire, passionately fueled, but never enough to create ashes of what we once were. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And what that says is, like, I want something hot and fiery and passionate and compelling and beautiful, but I never want something to get so fiery that it can destroy us. And that's kind of like what I'm picking up, is that you guys that could happen if we're not strategic. And so, well, thank you very much. You said almost 8 months now, and I see that as you guys are laying that foundation here, the Lovers is showing that there's such potential for companionship, compatibility, a relationship of commitment and devotion. And I feel like you guys are heading there. The Knight of Pentacles talks about, again, slow and steady, but it talks about how you guys are making the right choice for you by doing it this way. I feel like that spirit also saying you guys are doing this you're on the right path. I think that it's important that you build this slowly. And I think too, also soon, as well, you're gonna be seeing like reward. You're gonna be seeing this patience pay off for you guys. I know that you said that it's been going on for a long time. Hey, Linda, you're welcome. You said 8 months. So I don't want you to be like, oh my God, is it going to be like 8 more months before I really see something? Like, how slow can it go? But I feel like that reward is going to be paying off soon. You might even be seeing it just in the dynamic of your relationship and how that feels. And I feel too that your relationship is going to feel content. It's going to feel tranquil and happy. I do see that one or both of you fall prey to the grass is greener on the other side. And maybe it's very easy for one or both of you to run away very quickly from a situation. So I think it could be this like fight or flight thing that gets triggered within you guys because you're just like, oh no, things are getting serious, and then like it just like triggers you. But I think because maybe that's why Spirit's saying like take it slow, take it steady, because then nobody's getting scared. Nobody feels like they're being pressured or chased into something, and things are just happening very naturally and organically. Because there's someone here, it's one of you or both of you, where if things get too serious too fast, it like sets you off, and then you're like, oh shit, I gotta go. So the Two of Wands also talks about sudden immigration. So what that means is like leaving kind of unexpectedly or moving unexpectedly. And so for him wanting you to move, to be in with him, that's kind of what that card is indicating, which makes me feel like that's confirmation for you because I pulled that card when you said that. So you can kind of count on the fact that you guys will be living together as long as things keep going smoothly. What else can she expect from their relationship? I'm seeing a move. I have 8 of Cups, a move. There's definitely some type of aspect of travel here. And it's going to hold extra meaning for you, especially if there is a distance between the two of you. If you live down the street from one another, great. But if you live at a distance, I feel like that's going to hold more weight. That understanding that you will move in together at some point is a big deal. Minor, I did answer your question earlier for free. You'll have to donate for anything else. And then the last card I have here for you is just lots of options. I think that there are multiple paths here for you guys to live a happy life together. It doesn't have to be all figured out. You don't have to know everything right now. I think just one step at a time. So long as you guys are growing and changing together, this could be sustainable. So working towards commitment, working towards living together, you guys are on the right path. I feel like a thumbs up from Spirit. No, multiple paths for your relationship. Not just you by yourself, but for the two of you together. Yeah, I think that's great. What do you see coming up work-wise for me in the near future? Now I'm down to one job. Okay, so Holly, they are showing things being a little difficult right now. I'm not sure if you have like a nest egg at all or if you've been able to do any savings. And so maybe you're having to kind of dig into that a little bit. But if you, I don't know, I feel like money's tight. I have Five of Pentacles. It's like if you have a nest egg, you're like, well, ideally, I don't want to deplete it, right? And eventually something's got to change for me. But if you don't have a nest egg, you're like, I even have less to survive on. And so I'm seeing that hardship come through here with the Five of Pentacles. I feel like with the Hierophant card, Spirit is saying, Holly, think about what you're good at. Think very, very hard about what you're good at because you might have to kind of do that for a little while. Amy, thank you. So you will have a nest egg in a sense because you have a bonus coming. Okay, perfect. So they're saying think about what you're good at, think about what you're talented at, and try to find a way to make extra money that way. So like for example, you know, if you're good with kids, is there a daycare or a school that you can sub at? Or do you have a medical background? Could you be an assistant at the nurse's office? Do you have administrative background? Could you work at the front desk? Are you really good at helping people? Could you do some type of independent contract work like dog walking or DoorDash or Instacart? I feel like they're really wanting you to hone in on your experience and your talents. And it does feel like you would need supplementation. Yes. Now, it doesn't feel dire. It doesn't feel immediate or dire, but it does feel like the walls are going to start feeling like they're closing in on you because you like having that cushion. And so that's what they're saying. Now, I would love to tell you that you're going to get a raise at your current job. And as I say that, I have the Six of Pentacles. So I do feel like there's potential here for a little bit of extra money that you come into with this job that you have now. But I don't know if it's going to be enough to supplement what you were making. Does that make sense to you? They are saying too that you've been working very, very hard for a very long time, having to do everything and like wear basically the world on your shoulder. And they're saying that right now there's only so much you can do about this situation. And so while you have the time, make sure that you are taking the time for yourself. So for example, when this bonus comes in, and with the one job that you have right now, it might not be ideal financially, but what is it giving to you is hopefully more time, hopefully more free time. And they're saying to take this opportunity right now while you have it to give to yourself. Okay. So they're saying rest more, put more effort or consciousness into your food. Maybe like before you were working a lot and you were just doing a lot of takeout, now you can be more intentional and maybe cook at home and potentially have better, healthier options for yourself and giving back to your health. Did I say sleeping more? I feel like sleeping more is important. Just like basically take advantage of it right now while you have it, how you can put back into yourself, because it's like to an extent you can't really change the circumstances. You can try to look for something else right now and stuff like that, but it may not come immediately. And so what they're saying is seize this opportunity of like not having as much responsibility to put back into yourself, put back into your tank. So I see you said you might be promoted. Do you know about a promotion that potentially you're up for? Or are you going off of what I said about a raise? because that's the only way I'll get extra money there. I've been working hard and doing that. 60 plus hours, Jesus. I feel like I remember you telling me that. Okay, so I need rest before I work another job. Yes, I need to take care. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they're saying. So keep in mind that okay, so an example, you say, you know what? I think I could do Instacart because I feel like I could work that in between like the nooks and crannies of my life, and I would be able to make my own schedule and I would be my own boss, and I really feel like that would work for me. That is your choice, and that is an active, proactive decision that you're making to do that, right? But maybe once you sign up, there's a waiting period and they're like, we have a lot of shoppers in your area. We can't let you start working right away. And so you're like, okay, well, I guess I have a little cushion before they activate me. And so that's what I mean when I say you have control, but only to a certain extent. This might be your only opportunity for a while before you start another job. Or you could be applying to jobs, but in the meantime, you have this opportunity to give back to yourself. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't think this is something that's going to last forever. And I think it's important that you rest, that you take care of yourself while you have this opportunity. Yes, I need to take better care of myself, possibly with the second assistant job if she leaves, but I don't know if I'll, or if she leaves, but I don't know if I'll get it. I could draw unemployment too since I'm being laid off. Yeah, so like you have so much opportunity for doing something else, but it may not be something that you start right away. You get my meaning? It may not be something you start for another couple of weeks. So the assistant job you may get, but you've got to wait until something else falls through for you to move into that position. So I think that's kind of what I'm picking up, is just Spirit is saying this is a rare occurrence. This is not something that happens all the time. And please take this time to put back into yourself while you've got it. That's what it feels like, Holly. And I definitely think it's important that you are pursuing supplementation for your income, but also understand that you can only control to a certain extent. You can control your actions, but you can't control how quickly something's going to come to you. So it might be, a couple days, a couple weeks, or a month or two before something happens. And so with that, just be very mindful and intentional with your spending, because I had the 5 of Pentacles, so keep in mind you don't want to spend like crazy. But we also want to say, okay, maybe this is a blessing in disguise because I have really been overworking myself, and this is an opportunity that I've been presented with, and maybe I just need to nourish myself and take more time to rest and heal my body because I have been overworking myself. You're so welcome, Holly. If ever you have questions of what I'm trying to say, just ask for clarification. I try to be as clear as I possibly can, and everyone that gets readings from me, as I'm sure you know, I read in like examples or metaphors because I feel like imagine being a translator for, like, you see you're bilingual and you're translating for someone, and not everything reads. Like, not everything translates. There could be expressions in Spanish, for example, that there's not a adequate translation for in English, and so you have to kind of describe it. So for me, the way that I read, as everyone knows, is I give examples. I'm always like, well, it could be like this or it could be like that. So I don't want to confuse you, and if you ever have questions about what am I saying? What are you saying, Luna? I'm confused. Just ask me. Because I can always try to find a different way to say it. You say you've been vying for an assistant job forever. Yeah, I've been an assistant for a long time, and I did like front desk assistant at a medical office. Thank you, Kay. And also I was a admin assistant at a soft washing company, and also a office manager there. So I know a lot about like admin work. And it's just it's like a rewarding job. You get in, do your work, and you get out. You know that you're helping people throughout the day, but it's not anything that's too complicated that you feel like you're very overwhelmed with. So it's definitely a great career choice, especially for a second job. But Holly, you're very welcome. I hope you have a great rest of your night. We are shuffling for K now. Wow, Kay. Wow. Okay, so I have the King of Wands, and I also have the Queen of Wands. So number one, first and foremost, very Leo energy popping out here. But he's saying, I feel like the king and she's like my queen, and we are a very good match. Whenever I see a king and queen of the same suit, it always indicates to me that the person you're asking about feels you're very compatible, or you're a good match or a perfect match. And the fact that these came out side by side in the first two cards is just extra confirmation. I understand, so I might get a promotion, but I also need supplementation eventually. I think I understand, but resting. Yes, Holly, you got it. That's exactly it in summary. You understand completely. All right, how's Maurice the Leo feeling? Which is an interesting thing, Kay. I'm actually a little bit surprised. I don't know if it's because you're surprised that he feels you guys are a perfect match, or if in general it's just surprising that a Leo would feel that way, because you are Scorpio energy. So maybe depending on your other placements, that could be why he feels that way. Maybe he connects with you on a love or emotional level, depending on what your mood or Venus is. But for a fiery energy to feel very compatible with a water element, that is very interesting to me, because a lot of the time, fire feels like water is going to put their fire out. Does that make sense? Because typically if you like have a fire, you throw water on it. So he may feel like, in another situation with a water element, he might feel like you, or not you, but someone else that with a water element might feel like they're, putting out their fire, and they're having to like dim their light to be with this other person. But yes, that's exactly where I was going with that. It's exactly where I was going with that, because I was going to say, but I feel like he's very intrigued by your sexual energy, Kay. That's what I was going to say. I was like, it's almost like your natural elements of a Scorpio placement is very mysterious and can be very romantic, and can have a lot of depth to it. And I feel like that's very appealing to a Leo, and especially when it comes to the bedroom. So I was actually, funny enough, going to go there and tell you that. So he is looking at you guys as like a great match, like a fiery match. You said you're emotional but not overbearing. You feel like you're similar. and you get along really well. So yeah, he feels like you guys get on really well. And I see here with the Ace of Pentacles that he's thinking about or wanting to give you something. So Ace of Pentacles is anything related to an earthly matter. So he could want to give you a gift. He could want to lavish you with like material items, like buy you something or take you out somewhere. But another interpretation of the Pentacles is offering you something real, offering you something tangible, which would translate to commitment, which would translate to asking you to be his girlfriend, or asking you or giving you a key to his house or something along those lines. But I feel like there's something in him that desires to give you something more. He has it on his heart to give you something. Lots of Libra in your chart. Wow, that will definitely balance you, especially with the fire sign, because air and fire go along really well. As we all know, fire cannot exist without oxygen. So if you have a lot of air in your chart, that would make a lot of sense. You're not talking right now. You put him out, told him he has to decide what he wants. So here he is. I feel like he's coming back with his tail between his legs here, Kay. We have the Wheel of Fortune, so I feel like luck is on your side. Oh, and then the next thing out is the 10 of Cups. So I feel like this was a good move on your part, because it's kind of putting him, wow, and the 2 of Cups is popping out of the deck. It's putting him in his place. It's putting him it's giving him a dose of reality. It's making him feel like he has to confront what maybe he was trying to avoid. Because here's the thing, I think a lot of times people who are not necessarily interested in commitment, or they've got a fear of it, they will say, I will be with you for as long as you'll let me be with you without giving you something more. And so he or whoever a person is that's like this will literally take and take and take and take and take whatever you give them, and kind of like beat around the bush about what are we? Let's define the relationship. And if you let it go on for a year or 2 years or 3 years, they're going to go, okay, that's good with me. And they're going to keep taking for however long you let it go on for. And so if you're the kind of person who's like a weekend going, I need to know where this is heading, then you cut it off at a week. If you don't ask that question until a year in, then this person's going to literally like try to be with you all that time and kind of avoid that conversation. So I feel like I'm getting like a little bit of applaud or like a pat on the back for you for drawing a line in the sand, because I think that this person really needed to be able to confront what they were trying to ignore, what they were trying to put on the back burner or postpone. Because I think every relationship, for the most part, they know you guys are going to get to the point of what are we? It just is a question of when is that going to happen? You know what I mean? So I feel like seeing the 10 of Cups and the 2 of Cups here indicates that he's working more towards alignment with you. So he's moving more towards you than away from you. And I do see here with the Wheel of Fortune that things are shifting, and they're shifting in your favor. All right, so let's take a look at messages from your guy, from your person. Messages from Maurice. Messages from Maurice. Oh, Liz, you're on the list too, my friend. I'm sorry. You're after SB, okay? All right. Messages from Maurice to Kay. Ooh, okay. So he was a little bit shocked. He was a little taken back. So I feel like he's saying, like, I was a little bit surprised that you kind of like drew a line in the sand. Like, I'm surprised a little bit, or I was a little bit shocked or taken back at the fact that you you confronted things and you said, that I have to decide what I want. I think that was kind of surprising to me. I was not expecting that at all. He's saying, I'm struggling with this situation. I feel like he's saying, I feel like his higher self is saying, this is good for me. But I feel like his current self, as like a human being with an ego, I feel like he's saying, this is not easy for me. This has been difficult because I don't want to lose you. And I also need to be true with myself because I need to know that I'm also, like, this is a little strong of a word, but I feel like he's saying, like, I don't want to betray myself just to please you because I also need to make sure I'm okay with this. Do you know what I mean? He is saying we still have things to resolve and discuss. So I do see him coming back around for you. And there was another message with that. Oh, yeah. So I feel like he's also saying, I'm going to come back to you with an offer, but I will have also terms of my own that I hope are agreeable with you. I hope that, so kind of what I'm thinking, Kay, is it kind of feels like he's saying, I want to give you what you want, but I also want to make sure that, like, I'm getting something out of it too, because this is not my typical comfort level. So he might say, I'll commit to you. I will, refer to you as my girlfriend. I will introduce you to my friends and family. But maybe, like, this is what I need from you too in return. I need to be able to still have independence. I'll be faithful. I'll be committed. I will be, upfront with you about everything. But I also need to feel like I'm still able to go out and do my own thing. Like, I can't have you control my life. Like, if I want to go out with my boys, I don't necessarily want you complaining to me about it. Like, I don't know. There's, like, whatever his fears are surrounding commitment. And again, that's just an example, but I could see him trying to, like, compromise with you. And I feel like it's whatever his fears are surrounding commitment is what he's going to want to make sure that he still feels like that freedom or that liberty. Let's see. He says, I am trying to heal. He says, I feel like a part of me is missing without you. This absence has been very, your presence, not being here, your absence has been very noticeable. And I want to tell you the truth. I didn't act when I should have. I think the final message I'm getting is that there is a desire to make amends with you or mend this with you, mend your relationship. So he wants to fix this. He wants to fix your connection. You're welcome, Kay. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Shantae Vinay. Shantae, if you are here, please let me know. So, Kay, you're very welcome. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Oh, I love that a lot of you guys want to do messages tonight. I haven't had that in so long. Nobody asked for messages in a very long time, and so I was considering like taking that off as an option because I didn't know that anyone was interested anymore in getting those. I know a lot of people like my channeled messages, but I just didn't know if anyone liked the channel message cards that I pull. So I'm happy to see that multiple people tonight want that. All right, so Shantae Vinay, we're gonna give you a second to post your question. I'm gonna go ahead and like your donation as well to hopefully alert you that we are ready for you. And everyone else that is waiting, let's see. We're about a 30-minute wait right now. So anyone that's on the list that wants to skip, feel free to do that. It's about a 30-minute wait for donations. Oh.
Yeah, I'll probably do what you said. Come to the Easter thing and then go down.
Hey, James. Amy, thank you for checking in. I don't know where Shantae went, and I don't want to wait too much longer. So let's go ahead and move on down the list. Okay, so SB left her questions with me, so she's fine if I go ahead and get started without her here. Let me update the list here. I think James might be my last reading of the night, but let's get through some other ones first. All right, so this is for SB. James, I got it. I went ahead and added you to the list too already since you said you were donating. Yeah, Amy, go for it. That's fine. Anyone new, we won't be able to do donations, but anyone who's waiting on the list for their turn, you can add to your reading, okay? You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks, Amy. Yeah, I used the last pack last night. Hey, SB. Just in time, girl. All right, SB. What's today? Friday. I was trying to think if you've seen this person yet or not. Okay, so how they feel about you, we have the Hierophant. Their true intentions, we have the Devil, clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. What you want, Queen of Wands. What they want, Four of Swords. What brings you together, Justice. What pulls you apart, Eight of Cups. Energy around the relationship, Five of Pentacles. What's hidden, Knight of Swords. And will the relationship be successful, Queen of Swords. So overall, there is potential for relationship success here. Queen of Swords indicates that there is a slow thaw that is happening between the two of you, which is really nice to see. It's not something that I feel like you guys are necessarily rushing. It's just something that you're here to enjoy one another's time. As far as how they feel about you is really great. I love, love, love seeing how someone feels about you being the Hierophant or like the Six of Cups. Everyone wants Two of Cups, Ton of Pentacles. But I love Six of Cups and the Hierophant because what that means is they're like, I see you. I see you. I see you for who you are. And when I look at you, I also see some of myself. And I feel like we're very compatible. And I feel like we have things in common that are important to have in common. And I feel like we're cut from the same cloth, or I identify with you in some way. And to some degree, of course, we have to take into consideration how long you guys have known each other. But to some degree, he's saying you feel like family. Not in a like you're my sister kind of way, but like you just feel like family. So keep in mind that can be platonic or romantic depending on the nature of your relationship. As far as their true intentions, I have the Devil, and I'm over here going, oh God, the Devil can be good or bad. What is the Devil? So I got clarification with the Wheel of Fortune. And to me, that makes me feel like he's saying, I want to turn things around for you. I know that you haven't necessarily had the best with relationships, or maybe this is like the future him talking. Maybe I'm tapping into like his future self, but he's going to say like, from what I understand about you, what I know about you, you haven't been necessarily dealt the best cards when it comes to love, and I want to change that for you. What you want, Queen of Wands, I think you want to feel special. I think you want to feel like you're someone's number one priority. You want to feel like nothing else matters and nothing is going to get in the way of your relationship. What they want, we have Four of Swords. So he wants someone who is going to bring him peace. Hi, Arisha. He wants someone who's going to bring him peace and be his peace. I think that he doesn't want to feel very stressed out. He doesn't want to feel worried or anxious. He wants to feel like he can trust someone completely so that he never has to feel on edge about their relationship. What brings you together? So a strength here with the Justice card indicates that you guys are both very good people. Justice talks about karma, you get what you give kind of thing. And Justice also talks about honesty and being, I'm hearing the word contrite, and I don't even know what that means. So I'm looking it up right now. Spirit likes to like make my vocabulary better, I guess. So they tell me words I don't know what they mean. Okay, so how I'm viewing this word is someone being humble. Like you, like your strengths here is the fact that you guys are very honest with one another. You can be very forthright with one another and humble in the relationship. You guys, neither of you are too prideful to not say sorry. You know what I mean? Neither of you are too prideful or stubborn to be like, hey, I'm wrong. And that's kind of how I'm viewing it. Yes, they do this to me quite a bit. This is not the first time that's happened. I'm like, I'm hearing a word and like, what the? And it's like, yes, it's a word that I've heard of somewhere down the line, but I don't know what it means. And this happens quite a bit to me. So, anyways, and they're like, have a better vernacular. I'm like, okay, whatever you say. So, what pulls you apart? Eight of Cups. Distance would not be good for your relationship. I think that it's important that you guys live close together or like in a near proximity that's driving distance. So I think that if he accepted a job abroad, you need to go with him. I don't think long distance or like if he has a job where he travels a lot, I don't think that would be good for the relationship. I think temporarily you guys could sustain it, but I think that if this was like a fixed situation and there was no end in sight, I think that would be very complicated for you two specifically within your dynamic. The energy around the relationship is Five of Pentacles. Let's see. So I feel like this is indicating that the both of you are desiring to get to know one another on a deeper level. I think for right now, you still feel like things are very surface level. Five of Pentacles talks about feeling like you're on the outside of someone's life. And so the desire here would be to get to know each other better, to dig in deep and feel closer to one another. Oh, that's another thing too. It can be like emotional proximity, but it could also be physical proximity. So if you have a Five of Swords as Five of Pentacles as like a distance, as far as the energy around the relationship, they can literally be talking about, I feel like I'm on the outside of your life because I literally am not close to you, physically not close to you. So just keep in mind that it could be that, or it could be the other, or it could be both. And then what's hidden? We have the Knight of Swords. So I think you guys, it's like, oh my God, I'm laughing. So I feel like the spirit that's coming through right now is like, like when you get into a roller coaster and they're like, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. They're like, no arms or legs outside of the vehicle. Any loose articles are not permitted. Blah, 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 blah. Stay seated at all times. And they're like, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Like, and you're about to go onto like a big adventure, something really fun. That's kind of for some reason, that's how they're coming through to me, is like big changes are underway and they're like, get ready because big things are happening and you don't even know. So I feel like it's a good thing. And I feel like Spirit saying what's hidden, what you don't know, is that there's going to be some movement here in this connection. It's going to be really fun for you. And then I think I answered, will the relationship be successful? So that is what I've got for that one. And then you said you wanted some messages. So let's see. James, I have your questions. Thank you. So you said he travels for work. Look at my screen. He travels for work and lives away. Oh no. But I would move if things worked out. Okay. Oh, wait. Yes, SB. I remember last time you said that you guys have a date. You said he asked you out, but you said you guys want to meet halfway. That's coming back to me. So yeah, Spirit is saying like, as soon as you feel commitment with him, it's important that you guys figure out how to sustain the relationship, because you guys don't want to be at a distance for a long time. Okay, good. Yes, that plan, because having a light at the end of the tunnel is important, because like you can put a timeline on it. You can be like, oh yeah, in a year, and that's helpful. But when it's like indefinitely unknown, that's gonna be very, very hard for your connection. I think it would be hard for anybody, but I think specifically for the type of people you are, that would not be easy, because both of you crave being close together. Like, you're the type of people, maybe like your love language or his is like quality time or like physical touch, and so being away from one another would be really difficult. If you guys were like words of affirmation or gifts, I think you would be fine, because then you can do those things at a distance. What's the last one? Why can't I think of it? Words of affirmation, physical touch, gifts, quality time. Oh, acts of service. I think acts of service too could be a little bit of both. But anyways, let's move on to your next one. Shantae Vinay, if you're in here, please check in with me. If I don't hear from you soon, I'm gonna have to get you next time. Okay, Amy. All right, SB. Messages from him, please. Messages from him. Messages from... Ooh! He says, I have never felt a passion this intense, or I have never felt a chemistry this intense. I've never felt an attraction this intense. And that could be, you know, overall, but that can also say, I've never felt an attraction this quickly. It could have to do with timing as well. He could say, like, the way he feels compelled towards you, like, so fast, surprising to him. But yeah, there's a lot of chemistry here in this connection. Uh-oh. I feel like the Leo has got something to worry about. I feel like he's saying, I'm an open book. Ask me anything. I will reveal anything to you. And I feel like he's saying, I will reveal to you things on my mind, answers, but I'm also feeling he's saying, and if you want me to reveal something else, I'll do that too. There's definitely an attraction here. I feel like too, this is kind of cute. He wants to, I'm trying to figure out how to way to word this. He wants to, oh, okay. So I feel like he's saying, like, it would be fun if our relationship consisted of like secrets and inside jokes and gossip. Like, I feel like he's the type of person who would feel closer to you to have like inside knowledge, or be like have an inside scoop on what's going on, where you guys can talk about things that bring you closer. Because I guess the theme here is desiring like a closeness with you. So, you know, if you were at work and there was some shit that happened at work and there was drama, I feel like he would be the person like, oh, tell me, I want to know. I feel like he like craves that, because as I've said to maybe you before, someone else in here, that gossip actually brings people closer. So I feel like he's sitting here going like, tell me the secrets, like, or also like inside jokes, like, or inside banter that only the two of you understand, like make up a language together that only the two of you understand, or like have a handshake, or like coded messages. Like I feel like there's this desire from him that he wants like he wants a uniqueness to your relationship, and so I think that would be a lot of fun for him. He's saying, I feel like a part of me is missing without you. And he's saying, you're so much fun. You help me escape, or you help keep me distracted. And I feel like the last thing he wants to tell you is that he's working on himself. You know, he's saying like every day I try to be a better version of myself than the day before. So Amy, that is what I have for you. Thank you so much. Amy, let me know what you want to get started with. I've got you for 2 in-depths and a yes/no, I believe. Let me know if I'm not correct in that. Last call for Shantae Vinay. SB, thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your night. Okay, that sounds good. I'm gonna actually scroll while you're typing. I'm gonna just double check and make sure that Shantae didn't leave her questions with me and I missed it. Yep, it does not look like she left her question for me, so bummer. Okay, yes, no. Has Eli been able to see Amy when she puts food offerings for him and adjusts his altar flowers? Recently, has Eli been around to see this? Has Eli been around to see this? Okay, so Amy, I'm getting maybe. I asked again and I got maybe again. The two maybes that came through was 7 of Swords and 2 of Pentacles. And so I have to translate this the way that I think Spirit's trying to say. And I feel like that means sometimes, not maybe, like, because, right, obviously there's a yes or a no, obviously. This is not a question that can be answered with a maybe. So I feel like Spirit's saying sometimes, on occasion, recently, so if you're doing it multiple times a day, he might only see it once a day. If you're doing it like every other day, maybe he saw it once this week, but not the other times. I do feel like, because I was like, well, can you tell me what do you mean by maybe? Like, explain this further. So then it was like, oh, on occasion. The one message that was coming through very strongly for me is that he is going through, and again, no one has the answers of what happens after life, but I do strongly feel that we have a almost like a tape that gets replayed of like, how did you perform? How did you live this life? Did you do this the right way? Did you make the right decisions? And I feel like for him right now, he's going through a state of reflection, where he's thinking back on things, thinking about what he wanted to do differently. Was there any karma that he was able to quell or balance, or fix in this life? And and I feel quell. Why did I even say quell? I don't even know what that means. That's another word that I don't know. Quell. Spirit literally just put a word in my fucking mouth. Quell means to put an end to. To put an end to or get rid of. I swear to God, Spirit just came through and talked through me, because that was such a mindless sentence that I said. And then, like, once I thought back, I was like, wait, what does quell even mean? Why did I say that? And I literally used it properly. So, like, I feel as though he's not able to spend as much time on earthly matters. Yeah, Amy, actually, that's a really good connection. I didn't even think about that. But, and I feel, I don't know how that works. I mean, I guess it just depends on what you believe, but I don't know if someone else can help balance your karma for you. But I think that you are helping bring him peace, knowing that these friendships are being formed, even if it's hard for him, because he's not there to defend himself or explain his side of things. I feel like you might be bringing him peace, knowing that these connections are being made. I don't know if someone else can help your karma. Yeah, but I do feel like he's going through a period of reflection right now, which probably indicates that he's not able to be around as much for earthly matters, if that makes sense. He's not able to spend as much time around you or other people that were in his life, because if you think about it, if you believe in, this is like the hard part too, because if you believe in reincarnation, that could indicate that he's had multiple lives. And so now that he's passed away and he's reflecting. He's not just reflecting on this past life, right? He's reflecting on all of his lives before that and the karma that he's trying to work through, and how much of that was he able to succeed in this most recent life. And he's thinking probably about not just the people in this past life, he's thinking about the people from the life before that, the people from the life before that, the people from the life before that. And so I think that from his perspective, it's just different. It doesn't mean that he loves anybody any less or cares about anybody any less. It just means that he has other responsibilities or priorities in this afterlife. Okay. And I feel like there's probably some decisions that need to be made, because something tells me that Eli still has karma to work through. And that would indicate that at some point he needs to make the decision to reincarnate, even though right now he's choosing to be more of a guide or guardian while he processes all of this. And I do believe being a guide or guardian can help your karma too, because you're assisting someone else. So it's all these questions and it's all these unknowns. And here I am blabbing on a yes/no question for way longer than I should be. But I feel like it's important that you know that he is there. And he cherishes that you do those things for him, and he does appreciate them. He feels like I guess the word is cherish. He cherishes these things you're doing for him. I don't know if he's always there for it. Yeah, because I had the Four of Pentacles, and that card talks a lot about holding on to or cherishing earthly possessions, which I do feel would be like food offerings and things like that. So Amy, what is your next question? Hey, Sarifa. My hope is that I'll be back tomorrow, and definitely Sunday. We don't have any planned days off that I know of. I'm pretty sure Monday is going to be the next day off for us, and that'll be like 8 days in a row that we've worked. But tomorrow morning we have I have like a prior engagement with my family, so I can't be on too late tonight because I do need to make sure I'm getting adequate sleep and because I have to get up early. So I had to close it out. Sorry about that. But you'll see me this weekend for sure. Most likely tomorrow and Sunday, at least one of the 2 days, but probably both. He'll see it when he gets to it. Yeah, I like that. I think that's a great way to think of it. Thank you, Sarifa. It was nice seeing you. I think because we're doing baked potatoes for dinner. So I think I gotta actually go ahead and get those started right now while I'm on this live stream. Or we're not gonna eat for like 2 more hours. So I'll be cooking and doing tarot readings. I'm a multitasker. All right, let's take a look. So you said, can we see how Eli's mom is feeling and thinking towards me? I'm debating reaching out to her again. still thinking about the gift he was supposed to give me. Okay, so let's see. How is Eli's mom thinking and feeling towards Amy? So she, okay. So I want to say that she thinks you're a super sweet girl. She thinks you're very thoughtful. I do have the High Priestess in reverse. So either she's not ready to accept you in a fuller capacity, or she could feel like she has a lack of emotional control right now, meaning that she might say the wrong thing, she might offend you because she doesn't feel like herself, and she's still, trying to wrap her mind around a new normal, which frankly no one should ever have to go through, especially not a parent. And I feel like she worries that if you, I feel like, here's the thing. I feel like she's saying, I don't want to feel the need to have to comfort someone else during my time of need. And so I feel as though I feel like she's trying to keep at a distance from you, because I think that she knows, for you, this is a big deal. But I think comparatively speaking, she's saying she doesn't know anything. She doesn't understand. Like, she will never understand me. She can sympathize with me and try to be here for me, but her grief is nothing in comparison to mine. And she's trying very hard to not be mean, because she's trying to compartmentalize the fact that we don't need to compare. We don't need to compare grief. How you're feeling, Amy, is how you're feeling, and how she's feeling is how she's feeling, and it should never be compared. But I think that it's like she can't, I don't know. I'm just kind of getting like she doesn't have the energy to like give to anyone else. She's not emotionally regulated. I feel like at any time she could lash out, or she might. The other thing too is I feel she doesn't want to perceive you wrong either. Like, if you say something and you mean well and you're well intentioned, I almost feel as though she worries that because of her headspace that she's in, she might take it the wrong way. And she doesn't want to put herself in a position to be offended by you, even if you mean something very well, or, you're like, oh, I didn't mean anything by that. I was well intentioned. I feel like for her, she's saying, I don't trust myself. And it's not just specifically for you, Amy. I think she's feeling this way with a lot of people. But because we're specifically asking, how she's feeling about you, that is why it's coming across that way. But I feel like she would be very rash. She's coming through like a Knight of Wands, like hasty, like quick. Like she could probably lash out at anybody. Or suddenly break down and cry, and then she'd be really embarrassed by that. And I think that she just does not trust herself at this time to be around anyone or be around other people. And so it doesn't mean that she doesn't think you're a good person. I feel like she's saying, like, Amy's a good person. She's very sweet. She's very thoughtful. She's very generous, but she can't possibly understand what I'm going through. And I can't possibly extend any other energy to anyone else right now. And that's like basically the gist. She doesn't want to be mean. She doesn't want to be You know, and the other thing, there's like another way to look at this too, because if she's lacking emotional control, she might say things to you that she regrets. Like, she might say something to you like, oh my god, I love you like a daughter, you're so sweet, thank you so much for being here. And like, you might take it to heart, and later she might go, you know, I didn't really mean that. Like, I don't know where that came from. I'm really appreciative of her, and she's so kind and she's so sweet, but I don't feel that way. But because I was so emotional, I said that. And so, it could work the other way. It could be maybe she gives too much than what she's ready for. And so I think that lack of emotional stability is keeping you at arm's length right now. Yeah, like the fact that you remind her so much of him might just put her on edge. It might make things even more complicated and confusing for her. Hey Dodger, welcome in. It was good seeing you. Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'll be back this weekend, so you can try again then. Exactly. So Amy, in this situation, I feel like the best thing that you can do is to respect that space that's needed at this time, because you will get your time with her. Respecting it, understanding it, appreciating that she's gonna see certain people before others, having that understanding, having that grace, because she will make time for you at some point. I think she's just very, very heartbroken right now. And she just kind of wants to be by herself. I don't think she's up for really anybody. I don't think she's really up for any kind of social company. Yeah, you can sense the distance. Yeah, I think for now, do that. I think your patience will pay off. But you can post your next question if you're ready. All right, question. Okay, last question. So can we get some paper messages from Eli? see what all pops out, because I just wonder if he does see me trying. And I guess do my friends handle... Oh, wait. What did I say do my friends? Hold on. For some reason, my brain can't comprehend what you're asking me. Paper messages. What pops out? Does he see me trying? And I guess we'll do my best to handle this as an adult. Or if he hears me. Have you hung out with Jenny in person, Amy? Excuse the news, sir. This is not It's for me. Okay, so you haven't met up yet? Okay. Messages from Eli. Eli. It's just these. Okay, Amy, this is a really, really weird message, but I have the word inspire baby. So this could be one of two things. One is like very crazy and out there concept that I don't necessarily want you to latch onto, because I feel like, you know, this is just intuition. This is just something that popped into my head, and I have to say what I understand. And I don't want, but at the same time, I don't know for sure. You know, that's the thing. I don't know for sure. So I also want you to keep in mind that because I don't know for sure, I don't want you to hold on to this concept for a very long time. But I'll tell you what I got in a second. But the first thing that I got is like basically his nickname for you. You know, like he called you baby, he said, I love you, baby, or I'm in love with you, baby, or whatever it is he said. And then I feel like he's saying like, you inspire me, baby, like you inspire me to be better, that kind of thing. Now, of course, this could resonate for you on your own personal level because you said you were watching a cute baby video, said out loud, do you think our kids would have been this cute? So I feel like that's him coming through as confirmation as well. But the crazy one that I heard or felt was that he is considering reincarnation at some point. Again, not right away. But either you have a cryptic pregnancy right now. Either you're having a cryptic pregnancy, meaning you're pregnant right now and you just don't know it, or there could also be another message that is he may reincarnate to be your future child. Those are the crazy messages that I got. Now, again, I don't know for certain. I can only tell you what I initially felt when I saw this message. Another message that I have here that I feel is going to resonate with you is insomnia associated with the word fragrance or floral. You have mentioned to me before that certain times of day you tend to smell his cologne or you smell some kind of scent around you. And insomnia to me makes me feel like these are things that happen at night or like in the middle of the night. So that could be confirmation for you that he's there during those moments. Yes, Amy. Okay. So that is why I said that this sounds really kind of crazy, but I can't. The message was here for you, and I felt like you needed to hear it, especially because there in the beginning, I never really felt like he wanted to reincarnate. But for the first time tonight, I was picking up on the fact that he's reflecting and wanting to reincarnate, or thinking about reincarnating, or knowing that at some point he'll need to. And he says you inspire me, so I feel like he's saying like I could make my karma better by being around you again, or something like that. I didn't know that about your culture. But I do believe in soul ties. I believe in family ties where the people that are important, like in one life, like your mom can be your mom in one life can be your child in another life, or like your sister in one life could be your best friend that you have for life in the next one, or your grandpa can be your son or your daughter. So I do believe that we travel with the same soul families until everyone in that soul family has been enlightened and achieved their highest level of self, which makes me feel like I don't want to reincarnate again. I think my soul is tired and I just want to be done after this. But because my soul family I know is not enlightened enough, I either have to consider being a guide or reincarnating again. So I already know that fate for myself. He said, my little brother is actually my mom's dad reincarnated. Okay, see what I mean? Because my mom stated that my little brother had a lot of traits that was like her father, even birthmarks. Yeah, like physical traits, personality. The kids might even say things that are like, wait, what? As I've seen like people who they in one life they were the dad, and then in this life now they're the child. And the child was on the changing table and they said to their dad, I remember when I used to change your diapers. And he's like, I'm sorry, come again? Because it's like their baby saying, I remember when I used to change your diapers. So, I feel like stuff like that can definitely happen and make you realize, oh shit, maybe they are reincarnated, like my parents reincarnated. And maybe that's where that meaning, I'll always be with you comes from, because in some shape or form, whether you're a guardian angel, a spirit guide, an ancestor, or reincarnated, like you guys are always going to be together somehow. I'm a tired soul, but yeah, Luna, I even sang to Eli last night how I know it's silly for me to be jelly that Crystal is able to have a dream with Eli. Yeah, but these things happen with people. I want you to know, Amy, that this may be Eli's choice not to come to you in a dream, but at the same time, just as much as it may be his choice not to, it may not be his choice. because sometimes people are more spiritually awoken. Sometimes people are more tapped into their intuition. And sometimes a message needs to be conveyed in a very pure way and not in a way that will be convoluted by the feelings that are there. Is that the word I'm looking for? Convoluted? Folded, twisted. Look, I'm saying so many new words tonight. I said convoluted, quell, and contrite. I'm dealing with a very intelligent spirit tonight. So I want you to like not fully take it personally. You can take it personally like 50%, but we don't know for sure why he's not coming to you in a dream. And maybe he is, and maybe your intuition's just maybe not necessarily open enough to receive that message at that time. Yeah, we'll see each other again. Oh yeah. I don't remember that, but I believe you. Change, breathe, touch. Fleeting, popular soon. Hope and play. So I have hope and play, and I do feel like that's him coming through saying, I hope you get enjoyment out of life still. I hope you have fun. I hope you laugh. I hope that you fill in the blank, you know, like you still find enjoyment in your life and you don't let this derail you and you don't let this harden you and you don't let this jade you. Fleeting change. So I think that there's a lot of things that are happening in your life right now. Things might be feeling like they're moving very, very fast. While everyone else is moving forward, you might feel like, okay, so he's showing me, you, just for an example, you're standing in a room and you're standing still and people are walking around you. But imagine the people that are walking around you are fast forwarded. So they're walking really, really fast and they're whirling around you almost as if they're blurred because their life is still moving on and like yours is staying still. And you can see the change in other people and you can see how they're moving on with their lives. And you feel like maybe a lot of things are happening very quickly for you that's you haven't really fully been able to process it. You know, you're meeting like, first of all, and this is the catalyst, like him passing away happened suddenly and then you had no time to process that before you're meeting this person and that person and all of this stuff. And so I think I feel like in that message the underlying meaning is just please take time to process your feelings. Oh, I see touch. Like we'll be in touch or I'll be in touch. I'm also seeing soon as well. So maybe something's going to happen soon. What's going to happen soon? What's going to happen soon? Alignment, release, lips. I feel like there's going to be some type of alignment or rebalancing that you're going to feel in the near future. And this may be him behind the scenes trying to help you with this. That you will feel a release. And I think part of release comes probably tears and probably bittersweetness. But I think that you will be able to relax back into life, you know, in the very near future. I think even maybe by like summertime, things will start to feel a little bit easier for you. You said that's what you're wondering too, that maybe you're not able to because you had a dream where you saw your past grandma during the week after her passing. I'm glad, but I really hope, I don't know when, but I hope I can see him in my dreams when I'm able to. I know. I hope so for you too. You know, I did when someone in that I've known since I was like a little kid. She was like one of my mom's really, really good friends. And she passed away very suddenly. She was dying of cancer, and she didn't tell anyone about it. She had been fighting this thing by herself. I think her son knew, and like certain immediate family members. I think she had to tell coworkers or certain coworkers because obviously she's gonna be disappearing a lot and all of that. Like doctor's appointments and all that, and like she knew that it was gonna be questioned, but she didn't tell my mom. And she's known my mom for 30 years. She never told her. So I had to be the one that told my mom. And that was really uncomfortable. And I actually spent a lot of time with her towards the end of her life because we did consulting together. But she never told anyone. She never told me. And I did not find out until she was dead. So that was pretty difficult. Not gonna lie, that was pretty difficult. And very soon after that, I feel like she came to me in a dream because it was very real. She was in this house. James, if you're here, let me know because I'm gonna get to you real soon. I just have to prep this potato really quickly. It was in this house that we live in now, and she's never been here before. A spider appears out of nowhere. I don't know. I don't know what spiders mean. I don't know. There might be like you could probably Google it, like symbolism. But yeah, she came to me in a dream, and she came to this house in my dream. She's never been here before, which was another reason why I felt like maybe this really was like an intentional dream. And it still sticks with me. My mom was making food in our kitchen, and I remember in my dream, I thought that you died, Carrie. Like, how are you here? And she was like, I only have a short amount of time. She's like, I can't be here for long. She's like, I just wanted to say goodbye. And then I watched her walk to my kitchen. And the other thing is, usually dreams are really weird. You know how like you can go in one room and then suddenly you're in a different house, and it wasn't like that. It was like literally my house. Nothing was weird about it. And I watched her after she said that to me. She told me that she's really happy Brennan and I are together. She loves us together. And she said that she didn't have a lot of time, that she was going to have to leave soon, but she wanted to say goodbye. And then I watched her walk into the kitchen where my mom was prepping food. And she came behind my mom, and she put her hands on both of her shoulders, and she like leaned in behind her and was like talking to her and kind of like rubbing her back when my mom was like making food or whatever. And then she's like, all right, guys, I'm gonna head out. I'll see you, I'll see you when I see you, kind of thing. And then she walked out my door and she left, and I woke up from that dream. And I felt like that was her way to come to me to say, please tell your mom I said goodbye. Very emotional. It still gets to me. So I think people just come to the person that they feel like they can. I mean, clearly she came to me in my dream. Why didn't she come to my mom in her dream, And my mom's like, I really wish I could have a dream like that. And I just think that they go to who they can, who they think would be best. All right, James, I am so sorry. I know that you're waiting on me. These potatoes take like 40 minutes to cook, and we got to eat dinner soon, so I'm just trying to get these prepped really quickly. I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to make sure that we're not eating at like 12 o'clock at night. You told her that she might need that message. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's how it is. But you know, my husband, he had a really real dream from his dad. Probably a year later. And that's something that still sticks out to him too. So maybe he just doesn't feel like it's a good idea to come to you right away. No, I don't think it's necessarily you're not in touch with your intuition enough. I mean, maybe it's just harder to go directly to the source because they don't want the mess. I mean, you got to think like if you were in your dream and you had a dream of him, something in your subconscious would want to ask him questions. You'd want clarity, you'd want understanding that maybe he wouldn't be able to give to you. And maybe it would be hard for him to tell you what's important for you to know because your subconscious would be too interested in knowing like you're looking for answers, you know, and maybe he's like, I can't give you answers. So he's like, I can't go to her because I don't have answers for her right now. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the reason is, but it's not to say that it can't happen. Like, you know, Brennan's dad came to him probably a year later. So no, actually it might have been a little more than a year later. So it could still happen. Definitely still happen. Sorry, James. Thank you for being patient with me. I'm really sorry. I thought I was going to be done after Amy, so I misjudged my timing there a little bit. And when you added on, I was like, oh shoot. I was like, I gotta get dinner started. All right. So first thing is love. Option 2 for James. Right. Maybe he's not ready to see me right now because of what you say. Like he doesn't have an answer I want or need. Exactly, Amy. Thank you, Luna. I'm just glad I kind of doing a good job bringing people together. That's something to feel really good about. And even connecting with Jenny and actually bonding with her, which is crazy. You never know. You might make a lifelong friend, you know? You're so welcome. I think being a girl's girl is just so important. Doing some shuffling for you. Being a girl's girl is just so important, you know? Like, you've got to understand that sometimes it's the men in our lives that make everything complicated, and being a girl's girl is great. Not having any animosity or resentment, just love for one another is so important. But you're welcome, Amy. Have a great night. All right, tapping into James's energy. 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 Thanks, Amy. We're doing loaded baked potatoes and burgers for dinner. James and Patty. James and Patty. James and Patty. What is she giving the connection? Thoughts, feelings, intentions. What is she giving the connection? Thoughts, feelings, intentions. Is there anything blocking this right now? Anything blocking this right now? Overall energy. Overall energy. Overall energy. So, James, I feel like I'm hearing a mixed bag of emotions for, good night, Amy, for Patty. I feel like she's saying, like, I confuse myself sometimes, I overthink sometimes. I feel like you are someone who she like wished for or wishes for. If she's like a spiritual girly and she believes in God, she might say something like she's prayed for you or she's manifested someone like you. And I feel like she's saying, I want to love you. Like, I want to love you. I know that it's the best thing for me, and I know it's the best thing that, you know, it's something beautiful that I might like get to experience, and I want to love you. Like, I feel like she has intentions to love you and be in a relationship with you. That's the mix. That's what the mixed bag, because it's very confusing. She has 10 of Wands as, what is she showing? Giving the connection. She's showing to you that she's being burdened. She's saying, she's presenting to you as if, like, you're probably thinking to yourself, you know, am I bothering you? Like, do you not want me here? Like, I don't understand. You know, you're showing me one thing, you're doing one thing, and then, you know, so what she's showing the connection is like making you question yourself, and maybe her feelings for you. And her thoughts and feelings are all over the place, because I have the 7 of Cups, which indicates lots of possibilities, lots of decisions, lots of options, thinking, overthinking, overanalyzing, soul searching, self-reflection. What do I want? What do I want? And I almost hear her in her own head like, Patty, you suck. You suck. What are you doing? Like, what is wrong with you? I feel like she's judging herself very harshly right now for the fact that she's so stubborn and so unwilling to just open up. Like I feel like she's frustrated with herself. I feel as though she's saying, I want to love him. All he wants for me is to just be around me, spend time with me, give to me, pour love into me. What the hell is wrong with you? Why can't you just accept that? Why is this so hard for you? Like, I feel like I'm in her head right now. She's like, why is it so hard for you? Like, what is your damage? What is your damage? Why can't you just be happy? Like, why can't you just accept this person? Like, do you not feel you deserve it? Do you not feel worthy? Because then I think there's a part of her that goes, well, I am worthy, you know? I'm a bad bitch. Like, I know it. I'm cool as fuck. Like, I have a really good life. I do cool things. I'm well cultured or well traveled or, overall, from the outside, it looks like I got a very charmed life. But so I am worthy and I do deserve it. What is my problem? What is my problem? And why, when I feel like I'm getting so serious or I feel like things are moving a certain way, like, why do I stop it? You know? Yeah. Like, oh, I feel like I'm gonna tear up. I really feel like she's so frustrated with herself. She's like, I just should love him. Like, why can't I just let myself love him? You know? It's tough. And I feel like she keeps blocking it, because it's crazy. I'm like, are there any blocks? Are there any influences? And it's like, it's always her. It's never anything else, She might in the moment be like, oh, it's this thing that just happened in my life. Like, I'm going to use that as an excuse. But for the most part, and again, that's her making a bigger deal about something that's not actually something. So whenever I see, are there blocks here? I'm always seeing like no blocks, clear paths, momentum, like progress. I see that. So I'm like, hey, there's no blocks. Then what is happening? And the only common denominator I can think of is that it's literally her. It's literally her. The overall energy that I have here is temperance. She's very extreme here. We're feeling like both sides of the spectrum, and I feel like she needs to just soften into, and I feel almost like she's saying, I just need to let go. I just need to allow myself to be happy. I need to just accept. I need to not be uncomfortable. Like, and I almost hear her saying, like, God, like, what is wrong with you? Because he compliments you, you're so uncomfortable with that. Like, that's what I feel like she's saying. I feel like she's like, he says something so sweet and so heartfelt, and like the best I can come up with is whatever I said in response. Like, she's just like, what? Why? And I feel like the overall energy is her saying, I want to be at peace. I want to let James be my peace. I want to feel that softness and that serenity. And she's struggling. She's very much struggling, James. But we're going to end this on a good note, only because I don't think I've ever been able to channel her before. P.S. I think I've been able to understand things from a concept that my spirit guides are telling me, but I don't think I've ever been able to be let in like this before. This was not supposed to be a channeling, and somehow it felt like it turned into one. And so I feel like maybe the walls are coming down a little bit. And I also feel like because she's questioning these things now, and she's very frustrated with herself, it's almost feeling like, oh, we're so close. We're so close. We're so close. Like, so I don't know, James. Like, I feel like just keep doing what you're doing. If you kept your distance from her, it's okay. And the last reading that I did, I wanted to be like, yeah, tell her what's up, tell her, confront her, like, put her in her place, let her understand the reality of the situation. Today I'm almost feeling like, don't give up on her. It's okay for you to pull your energy back. It's okay to not communicate with her as much. But now I'm almost feeling like, don't let things come to a head necessarily. It's okay to pull back, all right? You don't have to be constantly the one talking to her, reaching out to her, texting her, thinking about her, all that. But I think don't give up on her, because I do feel like she's so close. She's so close. I know. I was like, but you know what? At the same time, James, like, I'm on your side, and I'm on both of your sides, honestly. Like, I'm on both of your sides, but you're coming to me. And I think in the last reading that we did, I was just like, God, like, I think I was just like at this point where, like, yeah, James, don't be a doormat. Like, be like, tell her what's what. Like, tell her that she needs to, like, get on board or get off, kind of thing. And I think that was coming from a level of, like, protectiveness over my clients. Like, you are someone who gets readings from me a lot, and I think it could have come from, like, a protective place. But today I retract that, and I feel like it's important you don't give up on her right now. Oh, really? Do you know what might have changed in those last couple of hours? Yeah, pull back. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And too, I might have been channeling your rage a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I might have been assuming your feelings as well and taking them on. You still haven't spoken? Okay. All right, Patty and I got invited to a mutual friend's party on April 21st. What will our relationship together be like? What will our relationship together be like? Are you wanting to know after the party, or are you wanting to know how things are going to go during the party? I'm glad you followed your intuition there. James, I feel like there could be some hooking up, either at the party or, like, shortly after the party. You guys don't lack attraction for one another, that's for sure. I do have the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. It didn't quite come out, So I don't necessarily feel confident saying you will be together as a couple next month. But I feel like there's going to be some romance that happens either at the party or near the timing of the party. Like it could even be like a day or two before or like a day or two after. But in that time, I am feeling things kind of coming to a head. I feel like by May, you're going to really be digging your heels into wanting the line drawn in the sand. You're going to want to define the relationship and not trying to like pressure it, but I think you're really going to be looking to her for an answer, because you're going to be like, where do you see this going? Like I almost feel like there's a desire to say, Patty, tell me what you're thinking, be honest with me. What do you want from this? Where do you want this to go? That's right. You did tell me that. I remember. Because I feel like you're going to say to her, like, I'll keep investing in this and I'll keep investing in you, but I need to know this is going somewhere. Like that's the kind of talk that I feel like is going to be had. Is like, I'll keep putting time and effort and energy into you, but I need to know this is going somewhere. So tell me your side of things. But I don't know if I'm seeing commitment in April. I really don't. I hope I'm wrong. I always love being wrong about things like that. But I do think that things start to come to a head. I saw 2 of Wands, and so this talks about like kind of a fork in the road. Like, are you going to go one way and I'm going to go the other? Are we going to go down a path together? What are we going to do here? So I feel like you're needing some verbal reassurance from her end of next month into May. You need to make sure that she's feeling the same, that there is some direction here that you guys are working towards. Okay, so if I decide to ignore or pull back on Patty for the time being, will it have an effect on the relationship? So first I want to say, I'm going to do a couple cards for just simply ignoring her, like if she communicates with you and you don't respond. And then I'm going to look at just pulling energy back by itself, because I don't want to confuse the two, because I think they are 2 different actions and I want to make sure I understand correctly. Okay, so if James decides to ignore Patty for the time being, what effect will it have on the relationship? Effect will it have on the relationship? If he pulls back, what effect will it have on the relationship? So the first message coming through is stand your ground. You are making the right moves. The fact that you've pulled your energy back already a little bit and you plan to continue to do so, Spirit is saying this is good. Stay strong. Stay strong. You're on the right path. Stand up for your beliefs. Fight for your corner. Pull your energy back a little bit. I think this is going to get her to continue to dig deep and figure out what it is that she wants. I think she's going to notice your absence, and I think that it is going to affect her in a positive way to maybe bring some of these behaviors to an end. Feels like there's some type of ego death. I almost feel like she gets a sudden revelation about your relationship, when she notices that you're not as engaged with her in conversation and that your energy is pulled back away from her, it's like suddenly the light bulb goes off above her head. She's enlightened. She's having a revelation. She's like, oh, epiphany. If I keep doing this, I feel like she's gonna say, like, there is an expiration date on James. There's only so much he's gonna be able to take, and there's only so much he's gonna be able to handle. And he's such a good person. Like, it's not even fair for me to put him through this. So I feel like it's gonna help kind of push her out of her comfort zone to make a decision. I do see the Ten of Cups and I see the King of Pentacles. So that to me feels like you guys somehow are able to shift more in alignment with each other and be on the same page and have a little bit of stability. Maybe moving out of friends with Ben's situation. And I think this also gets her curious about you. Like, what are you up to? If you're not necessarily ignoring her messages, but if you're very brief with her, if you're like, oh, how was your day? What did you do? And you're like, oh, it was good. Nothing. I think shorter, brief messages, like, you're responding to her, so you're respecting that she's reaching out to you, but you're not fully engaging with her. I think it's going to start to make her curious, like, what happened? Did I do something wrong? And then I hear her go, of course I did something wrong. Of course I did something wrong. But did I do something wrong? And then has he shifted his interest away from me? And that's got her curious, and it's got her maybe a little panicked. So I think these moves will just start to shift her a little bit more out of her comfort zone, because she's gonna realize, like, how long can I do this for? At some point, James's expiration date's gonna come around, kind of thing. All right, so James, that is what I have for you. I'm sure you're still, like, replaying and processing and all of that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I got to finish making dinner, and we're getting up early tomorrow. I'm going to be meeting up with family. They're doing, like, a Easter egg hunt in our neighborhood. So I want to get to bed at a decent time. But James, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Keep doing what you're doing. Minimally engage with her, but still, I wouldn't say flat out ignore her. But you can definitely pull your energy back as well. Yeah, that's what I got. All right, I'll talk to you later.